problems, any issues, feeling bothered, down and out, maybe somebody dissed you, feeling lonely, want to talk about it and get it off your chest? Call Joe.
Live from New York City, it's The Joe Show.
My second guest is a certified Bikram Yoga instructor here in New York City. Bikram Yoga, also known as hot yoga, is the wildly popular yoga craze that's been sweeping the nation. She's going to educate us on how Bikram Yoga can transform your body, improve your health, and change your life forever. If you never want to be immobile in old age, definitely stay tuned for that. I'd like to introduce Aimee Folette. Aimee is here to enlighten us on the tremendous health benefits of Bikram Yoga and how it changed her life. Aimee, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jodi.
So before we go any further, you already know this, but I would just like to express to the audience how much I love Bikram Yoga and how much it's changed my life and my health on so many levels. So Aimee, define Bikram Yoga for us and tell us why it's also known as hot yoga.
Okay. Bikram Yoga is 26 Hatha Yoga postures done in a series over 90 minutes. So it's a 90-minute class, and we do 2 sets of each series, or 2 sets of each posture. It is known as hot yoga because we're practicing in 105 degrees.
Yikes.
It sounds hot. It is hot.
It is hot. It doesn't sound hot. It is
It
hot.
is hot. But it is there's a heat humidity index. So the humidity of the room is about 40%.
105 degrees, 40%.
Humidity.
Okay, and that's pretty intense, which means people are walking out of the room dripping, soaking wet, head to toe. Every strand of hair on the head is soaking.
It is.
I mean, everyone's wearing little tiny shorts. It's not a fashion show. I mean, no one's even looking at anyone else, but you're soaking wet.
Yes.
Right. It's very intense. How is it different from other types of yoga?
Well, other types of yoga, I don't know of any other yogas. I think there are some yogas practiced in heated environments.
Vinyasa, I think, is hot, but not as hot. Right?
But not as hot, not 105 degrees. And my understanding is that Bikram has really brought the conditions of India here to our room to help open up the muscles to stretch more safely, to increase the cardiovascular experience, the cardiovascular workouts, and to really provide a safe environment to stretch.
Right, and it's not just about stretching the muscles and ligaments, from what I hear. It's about compressing each and every organ, which is why it I guess, detoxes every organ in the body?
Well, you're creating a tourniquet effect. So you're blocking the blood supply off to various joints and creating pressure within your circulatory system. So when you open up that tourniquet effect in between the postures, the blood supply is cleansing the circulation of your body.
So in what ways did it change your life? How did it help you?
It gave me my life back. I was experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, hypothyroidism, panic attacks, candida,
which is huge,
fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
And this was my story. And through my experience with Bikram Yoga, I was able to step into my power.
So what are some of the other things that Bikram is known to help with? I know you mentioned hyperthyroidism, which I know I've Googled it and seen. That's one of the things many people talk about being healed of, basically, by starting a Bikram practice.
Transformational experiences that I have witnessed in my clients and students is scoliosis, herniated discs. They lose tremendous amounts of weight, and really people are coming into the body that they are meant to have.
Right.
I believe it's the key to anti-ageism.
Right.
And
because they say you're only as old as your spine.
This is true. This is true. So the people are coming into the class and they're experiencing reverse effects of arthritis. I've also had clients come into class who were suffering from cancer, and their cancer goes into remission with a consistent practice.
Right. And as with, I'm sure, all of these disorders and diseases, it's this, we're talking about a consistent practice, like 5 days a week or more.
Well, they say 3 days a week. is
maintenance.
And I do believe that 5 days a week is important for somebody who is truly trying to achieve transformation.
Does it make people taller? Because I've been told that before, and I'm hoping. I think I got taller, actually. I mean, I've Googled it, and I've seen so many. I have. I think I'm 3/4 of an inch taller, and I'm not kidding.
I believe it. Yeah. I grew a half an inch in my Bikram Yoga teacher training over 9 weeks.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense because if it's known to cure scoliosis, and I've seen stories of women and men in their 50s and 60s that were cured of it. And you know, scoliosis, you're curved, and now you're straight. Of course, you're going to be taller. It makes perfect sense.
Well, and osteoporosis has become an epidemic, and studies show now that it is exercise that's important to build bone density, and yoga offers that. Studies are showing.
Okay, speaking osteoporosis, speaking of people, older people, I'm sure a lot of them are watching this right now, wondering if this could be the cure-all they've been looking for, but thinking that they might be too old. How old is too old to begin a Bikram yoga practice?
As Bikram says, you're never too old, it's never too late to step into your yoga practice.
Right.
And we see people coming into the yoga practice who are in their 80s,
Wow.
Jodi. It's an
80s. That's a beautiful thing. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, before we go any further, I mean, just to finish up here, is there anything that we haven't touched on today? And if there's anyone in the greater New York City area interested in beginning a Bikram yoga practice, where can they go?
Well, they can come to my studio that I'm opening up in Midtown in Manhattan.
And when is that?
And it should be this summer.
Okay.
It will be opening this summer, midsummer, we hope. And the business will be called Kia Koru, which means Hello Life.
Okay, and is there a website?
There is. It's kiakoru.hellolife.com.
Great. Okay, Kia Koru, Kiakoru, hellolife.com. Aimee, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for sharing your story with us and your knowledge. And I will definitely be coming to visit you at Kia Koru.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you so much.
In a world where our health is failing at an alarming rate and more superbugs are cropping up every day that are resistant to pharmaceutical drugs and traditional medicine, we need to start opening our minds to alternatives to drugs and surgery. It might just be time to trade in our quick fix, pill-popping mentality for lifestyle and dietary changes that promote longevity and long-term improvements to quality of life.
Well, la arreglamos, la resolvemos. Oíste, llamen a Jodi. Any problems, any issues, feeling bothered, down and out, maybe somebody dissed you, feeling lonely, want to talk about and get it off your chest? Of course, yeah.